Hi, Shane the mechanic back again. Today we're going to look at the charging system, and I know, yes, everybody knows their charging system is crap on a hyosung. One thing I have noticed is a lot of YouTube videos don't actually check their charging system properly. So let's have a look and see what we can do differently. Okay, my current voltage is 11.7. So let's start it up and see what we get. Okay, as you can see, there is a pretty average charging system on this bike. What I'm going to do next is get out the voltage regulator rectifier, and we will check that a little bit differently to how other people online have checked them. You will need to remove your back seat, your center seat. You'll also need to remove this cowling. This is the voltage regulator rectifier, which we will, in the next stage, see that on the bench and we will test. Alright, we're back for a bit. Once you've taken the side cover off, you should have access to what you need to. And there is the voltage regulator rectifier. Now, just a little side note, on your cover there are two speed nuts there and there. Make sure you don't lose them, because you will have a son of a bitch of a time trying to get the cover back on without them. So we've got 10mm here and here, got one wire and the stator wire. So disconnect these two, undo that, and we will commence a bench test. Okay, so I've got my voltage regulator off the bike, and if you've, like me, you've watched half a dozen videos online and you've seen them test between the your active 12 volt and your stator. Well, that's fine, but my bike was charging, except it wasn't charging properly, as seen in previous videos. It was bouncing between, I don't know, 10.3 volts, 12 volts, 13 volts, sometimes even up to 14. Now, I did the test that they did online, but the one test they didn't do is the test I'm going to show you now. So bear with me, and if you do this test and your bike isn't charging properly, now you know why it's not charging properly. Okay, here we go. Okay, so I've got my old regulator. My multimeter is set on resistance, as you can see there. If I put my two terminals together, you see continuity is pretty good. Alright, this is the test they don't show you online. Sorry, I just got to put my camera down. Okay, what we can do is we test between the diodes. So this is the old one, and it doesn't matter what terminal you clip on, as long as you can see that. So we're testing from one diode to the next, and we're getting 15 meg, almost 16 meg. To the other one, 16 meg again. But let's swap them around a bit. 16 and 5 or 7, like it's all over the place. If we go to the new one, exactly the same test, nothing special. Clip it on. Test 1.7 meg. Like, that is a massive difference. Different terminal. Roughly 1.8. 1.9. So you can see the difference is dramatic, that the old one, the diodes were shot, but they were still working. So what we do is we put the new, so you can see the difference is pretty dramatic. 17,000 meg versus 1.7. Like I said, my charging system was working, but not adequately. So we'll put the new regulator rectifier on, start her up, and see what happens. Okay, so we're back at the bike. Everything's fitted. I did have to modify the plug because it was a cheap Korean knockoff. You can see the voltage has come up now. Even with high beam on. Alright, so there we have it, replacing the voltage regulator rectifier. Hope you've learnt something, hope I've saved you some money. Shane the mechanic.